All right, that's it. We're done. Done with day 3. Getting ready to head home. David's going to be heading south. I'm going to be heading north. And off we go. We're talking about making this a yearly event, or maybe twice yearly, because it was so much fun. To recap, day 1 had its challenges because I was riding all the way to the first night's stay in the rain, and it was very cold. And we got some luck when we got to the campground, because they had a cabin open. And now we had, under different circumstances, I would have preferred to have slept in the tent, but I had just gotten rained on enough and I was cold enough, so I was like, nah, you know, being in a heated cabin with a bed and a shower sounds about right. So we did that, and I don't feel bad about it at all. Day 2 was an amazing adventure. We went across the famous Oxley Highway, which is kind of like Australia's tail of the dragon. Hundreds of turns in not too long a distance. And that was fun. I'd never ridden that route before. So that was new to me. I still managed to get after it a little bit. And then we finally got to camp here in Southwest Rocks, and it turned out that David had not packed his tent correctly. He had brought the tent that he wanted to sleep in, but he brought the wrong poles. So we had to hustle. We had to get back on the bikes and hustle to the local Big W, where he bought another tent for $12 or $14. It was a pretty cheap tent, obviously, but you know, it did its job. It kept the water off him, you know, the condensation, kept him safe from any creepy crawlies, and yeah, it added to the adventure. We got back, we tried to light a fire, but the firewood we bought was hardwood and it refused to light. We went through almost 20 fire starters and the hardwood was glowing, but that's you know, lesson learned. Next time I'll bring a hatchet so I can chop kindling off of the sides of the hardwood and give it a better you know, give it a better fire to get it all lit up with. I have no idea what fire starting terminology is. Still, a good time was had. We had a couple drinks. Very, very low light pollution here, and so you could just see all the stars. I think there's about 3 dozen of them in total. We could see them all. Woke up this morning to Skippy hanging around in our campground. One of us had left a bag of chips out unintentionally, you know. Like I said, we had a couple and it had been a long day. And we woke up and that little bugger was eating the chips. Looked right at us. Didn't seem to mind us being there at all. I got out of my tent, took a couple pictures, which I'll undoubtedly have shown you by now. Then it hopped away. We started packing up and it came back. It was like, hey, those chips were good. You got any more? I'd love some. Then we took a walk down to the beach, looked around a little bit. And now it's time to go home. I think I'm gonna head north for a couple hours. I'm gonna try and get a couple hours in, and then I'm going to stop and I'm gonna stop and get some food. I don't usually eat too early. You get a little bit older and that morning hunger isn't quite as bad. So I don't usually eat. I usually have like a shake at like 7 in the morning, and then I'll go a couple hours. I'll have breakfast at around 10:30 or 11. That's my normal schedule, except for the shake. I'll stick to that today. I want to get home hopefully before 4 o'clock. My wife has a client in at 5 o'clock, and our dog is in puppy daycare today, so somebody needs to go get that dog. And if it has to be her, it's gonna mess with her routine that she has before a client comes in. So it will help her out if I get up there. And since she let me go camping for 3 days, the very least I can do is go get the dog. I think that's where we're going. I think we're going out to the Pacific Motorway. That is a beautiful Queenslander. Nice door. I like that front door. A couple of nice Queenslanders of varying size. Yeah, this was a good trip. I can't wait for the next one. It's probably going to be a while. All right, that's it for now. I'll be back.